Morning. Saturday back in the shop. Got a new project for Copper the Jeep. Had a couple issues on our last outing with Copper. And mainly, it's this big fat bumper. This is the Motobilt bumper. You can see I've had to cut it here on the side just for wheel clearance. I've had this bumper, gosh, going on 10 years. It's been awesome. It's heavy duty, it's beefy. It's got the low mount winch, so it's tucked down underneath. Problem is, I get hung up on rocks all the time. Because you can see from my grill, I'm at 15 inches. My front approach angle, you can see that. That bumper takes up a lot of it. So today we're going to go with the Motobilt. This is called the Tomahawk bumper. I've already coated it with a non-rust product, but this is a frame cut bumper. So I actually cut like 7 inches off of the frame under here. Sorry, that light's a little bad. And it sets everything back, frame mounted. So I got to chop a bunch of this stuff off under here. I've got to uninstall this Motobilt winch. We got a new Warren winch. I got some different lights here. I'm going to wire those into the factory fog lights that I have here. Yeah. That's the project for today. We'll see how it goes. Okay, update to the bumper install. Show you where I'm at. Got the grill off with this mount. My winch, my Motobilt was touching right against the bottom of my grill. So grill off, winch out. With these, you gotta drop the sway bar here. These sway bar mounts are mounted up underneath here on the frame. That comes off. That's the Rubicon automatic sway bar bullcrap. That's all getting torn out anyway. That thing hasn't worked in years. So currently I just disconnected the power and the ground to the old winch. I gotta pull these out. Those are routed through there, and this winch is out. As soon as I get that done, pull the bumper. I've got to relocate this. Some kind of pump, I forget what it's for. Got all my lights disconnected from the bumper, but I've got to relocate this. Motobilt sends you a bracket that relocates it right here. So obviously that's where my S-Pod is, runs all my LED lighting. So I don't know, I got to figure out where I'm going to remount that thing. That is coming shortly. I was a little nervous. This is my cooler line for my PSC hydraulic, but that is mounted up on this subframe. So that's good. This subframe down here all gets cut out. And then the frame extensions all gets whacked as well. So that's all coming. I'll get the rest of this torn down, and show you the next step. Got some of the hardware cut off here. Cut back some of this stuff just to make it easier to get to the rest of the frame well. Motobilt makes this handy dandy little bracket, little marker. This slides onto here. We're coming 3 inches from the frame out, but then it's at this angle. So I've got that marked with some tape. These are ready to cut. I like marking it with painter's tape so it's easier to see, so I'm not trying to find the pencil mark. But yeah, we'll get those cut off. Then we'll do a mock-up mount of the new bumper. I've got to drill some holes in the frame. It's just a bolt-on, which is kind of nice. You can just, not welding. No welding required on this one, but I did have to notch this frame, this little bracket on the frame here. I think just this first one. I ended up notching front and rear on the other side, but I don't think this back one needs to come off too. If so, we'll deal with that. But still haven't decided on that pump. I actually would just like to remount that on the front of the frame right there somewhere. It's got all the electrical and plumbing already to it, so we'll see if I can swing that. The steering arm is right behind it, so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, coming along.
All right, Matt, what's next?
Okay, so we got this mocked up. Got the frame all cut back. This is the new bad boy, Motobilt. I've got to drill these holes. It's kind of cool. This is just a bolt-on. I'm sure you could weld this if you wanted to. And I might down the road, but for now, we're just gonna bolt this guy on. You gotta drill these holes out. I still got to figure out this pump down here. I'm not sure where I want to relocate that yet. I think I'm a little bit tighter than what Motobilt recommends, but we measured it with the winch on and my grill on, and I want the winch right up tight and close with the grill. So we're going to take it back into the 1/2 inch and give us that much more clearance. Okay, clean those up a little bit and refit it for my drill holes.
Dude, I think you're gonna be deaf when you're older.
What?
Matt, I don't think you've introduced everyone to the shop dog.
This is our good boy Bentley. Hey, bud. He's a giant schnauzer. Come here. And
Sit! Sit!
Hey, sit. 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 Hey, bro. He is supposed to be trained. Shake. Good boy.
Oh, good boy.
That's a good boy. Big old Bentley. He's a good shop dog, but he usually has to smell everything I pick up and put down, and loves to stand right where I'm working.
Yeah.
But it's all right. We love him. So we're not going to drill those holes on video. She doesn't know she was on video yet, though. So that'll be a fun little surprise for her.
Dude, that lines up perfectly with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kind of does. She's tight.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That will work. So now I can drill the holes. I do need to figure out where I'm going to mount that pump.
What pump is it?
This is just a little vacuum pump.
Mm.
I might try to squeeze it up into here somewhere, just in this corner. There's a wire harness for the lights. We'll have to tie up. Sway bar will remount in there.
Does the bumper have a mount location for the sway bar?
Yeah, it does. They're already there.
Sweet.
So. And money. So these inserts will go inside the frame, and then these will bolt will go in through here. So they're like it's like an inner tube wall stud that you can just really crank down the tightness of it and you're not crushing the frame. So these go inside of here, bolt on the outside, and you can just smash that down tight. Man, that's a little better, but this thing is tight. Booyah. The bumper will slide over the top of the frame. This bolt will go from outside to inside. Squeeze this together, and you've got that on the inside there that keeps the frame from buckling when you tighten it down.
Alright, so when we put the bumper on, these holes are not lining up perfectly. So Matt's doing the drill.
Well, this side didn't line up at all. This one's way off. Bottom one is closer. We'll do that one first, and we get a bolt in it.
Did you hit it with your sledge?
This way. Oh, yeah. Oh, Chris. Save me some time, dude. I want to get one one bolt in first before I drill so it keeps it lined up. There we go. This one might go. I just wish I could see the back side of the thing. See how much, see how much we need to adjust. Where'd that bolt go? Got him!
Just like that.
Now, for the hardware on the back side, it's gonna soak. Okay, I just want to make sure we got clearage.
Hopefully there's no going back.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a couple going backs.
You think?
Yeah. But dang, dude, look at all that. So much cleaner.
Looks so good. How do you like the look of it? Just still bare metal, I mean.
It's pretty tough looking, but I think I will end up either painting it or powder coating it black. Everything else I have on it is black.
Yeah.
Okay, bumper is mounted. I'm debating on painting it. I didn't get it powder coated. I've decided I'm just gonna rattle can it black to match everything else on the Jeep. That way I can easily touch it up, after each trip with black paint. Couple things we realized: the Rubicon automatic sway bar disconnect does not fit. So that guy got yanked out. I gotta figure out something else on the sway bars. But in the meantime, luckily I have the adjustable TerraFlex Falcon shocks, so I can just crank that to hard setting number 3, and it honestly feels almost like your sway bars are connected. So I'm just gonna crank those down in the meantime till I get my new sway bars. But this thing is super solid. I love the look. I love the clearance and the height. I measured my bumper originally. I'll have to go back and look, but I think we cut about 7 inches of clearance front to back. And then my D-rings, I think we raised about 9 inches from
That's
where
crazy.
my old D-rings were. So I have tons of videos, and we'll post those on there, where that's what hits. When I come up to an obstacle, I would hit my front bumper, I would hit my D-ring, and it would stop me from climbing. So super excited to see that, the difference. We've got the new winch, Warren 12K winch to mount up in here and wire that. So I'll get that going next. I actually have to get, it's an aftermarket bracket that Motobilt makes for my lights. They're going to mount in right here. Get the fair lead on there, and it's gonna look dope. But yeah, love it so far. Excited to see it on the rocks and the differences. But for now, she ain't going nowhere. Good to go.